What's going on, guys? I'm Steadymuffin, and welcome to me trying to survive hardcore Minecraft for 200 days. If you've missed the first 100 days, there is a link down in the description below. You should definitely go and check that out first to see how we got where we are. And where we are is here on day 101. First thing I'm going to do is put my dragon egg on display in my bedroom. It stressed me out so much getting it, I want it to be the first thing I see every day. And the rest of the day, I rocked around the compound familiarising myself with everything. I checked on the iron farm and tried to expand the storage, but ended up breaking it and scaring the crap out of myself with this golem spawning next to me. Thankfully though, he killed himself, and I didn't want to risk touching him. I managed to fix the farm before scurrying off to bed to bring an end to day 101. Sort of embarrassing, but I wasn't recording for day 102, so welcome to day 103. On day 102, I built my first old school Minecraft build. A cobblestone generator. There are so many Minecraft builds I've just never built, and this one even tells you to subscribe. And pretty much all of day 103 I spent mining cobblestone for my next old school Minecraft build. I also took some time to look around the shopping mall to see what sort of enchanting books I have and still need. On day 104, I took the blacksmith back into the infector. Now, it never occurred to me before that you could infect a villager more than once to get better trades. While he was cooking, I improved my armor with Forms enchantment before returning my new and improved villager back into his shop. Oh yeah, 1 iron for 1 emerald. That's the stuff. This is day 105. You like it? I mined cobblestone all day. Great content. Day 106 was a little bit more exciting. I infected and cured a new villager to get another librarian. Now this one is for Silk Touch enchantment book. I want my cobblestone generator to be a stone generator instead. Which means day 107 I was back mining stone all day. Yay! As night drew in, I started gathering what I would need for my next build. And day 108 I spent the day enjoying the sun while chopping down some trees for all the wood I'm going to need. Any ideas what I'm going to build yet? The next day, I went out looking for some bamboo. I happened to know where a nice jungle biome was nearby, but unfortunately, it wasn't nearby quite enough, and I got a bit lost on my way back. Luckily, though, I got the coordinates. Although, when I did get home, I realised I would need a lot of string to craft scaffolding, so I pretty much wasted my day. Day 110, and the building has begun. Won't keep you in the dark any longer. I'm building a mob farm. I want some easy XP, but this build proved to be anything but easy. I decided to build it high in the air next to my iron farm instead of, I don't know, the safer ocean nearby. But I did the sensible thing of crafting some potions of slow falling, which was very, very lucky as I was building the platform, but I fell off. Thankfully, I just floated down, but this shows just how careful you have to be in hardcore Minecraft. And day 111, 112, 113, and 114 were all spent building this mob farm. This had better be worth it. By the time night rolled around on day 115, it was pretty much finished. I went to bed in the hope of zombies tomorrow. Not gonna lie, the mob farm is a bit of an eyesore on my compound, but if it works, I'll have unlimited zombie flesh, gunpowder, and oh, nothing spawned. I got the odd mob come down, but it's not exactly the free-flowing XP farm the YouTube video showed me. Decided to do a big harvest and come back at night, but still very little happened. Next day, I was determined to try and find out what was wrong with my spawner. I read that replacing the slabbed roof with blocks might spark it into life. It did not. Day 118, and while I tried to think of other reasons my mob spawner is completely useless, I popped the Fletcher into the infector to try and get some better trades on sticks. But the way my luck is going, I can't really be surprised that it didn't really work. I sat by the spawner during the night to the sound of silence, and not the cries of dying zombies. And on day 119, in my desperation to try and fix the damn spawner, a creeper blew up on the bottom of it. Why? It's your fault it's broken! How did you get in there? soothed my rage by trading day 120 away and moved the wall out slightly to expand on the shopping mall. But no matter how many emeralds I have in my chest, it didn't shift the shame of failure. So the next day I went right back up into the spawner. And I managed to fix it. Well, it's back working very slowly, but I guess it's better than nothing. Finally decided to befriend the horse that's been trapped next to my iron farm. And now we're best friends. I treated him to some diamond armor and I named him. If you know, you know. Day 122 and I'm out on the ocean today. I'm heading back towards the stronghold and I'm going back to the end. Had some unfinished business in the stronghold as I remember this library that's full of bookshelves ready to be turned into emeralds. But I'm heading back into the end portal and back to the end. There are so many treasures to find in the end and I'm looking for one in particular. Now, one of the reasons I was actually really worried about the end was the bridging across islands. But I found out just before I started recording 200 days that if you crouch while bridging, you don't fall off. How did I not know about this? So I made my way up to the portal and through. Not a bad spawn point either. And after just a little searching, I found an end city. And it had an end ship. Technically, this is day 124 now, and I'm fighting my way through the skulkers in the end city. These things can levitate you up, so you got to be careful and make sure you have potions of slow falling at hand. I found being slow and steady was the best course of action, and using the skulkers' levitation to my advantage. Although there was one point here I thought I was in a bit of trouble, as I was elevated through this main shaft with about 10 of them shooting at me at once. But again, all they did was help me get to the top and to the chests. The loot was a bit mid. I mean, a nice helmet, some diamonds, but nothing groundbreaking. The loot in the second tower was even worse, but at least I remembered to mine the ender chest with my silk touch pickaxe. Not really sure though what these chests do. By the time I cleared out all the shulkers, and yes, I realised I've been calling them skulkers, don't hate on me too much. It was day 125, and I'm ready to head over to the end ship. Slow and steadily, I bridged my way across. And I made it! Once on board, I took out the remaining shulkers, and I claimed the prize I'd come all this way for. The Elytra. Elytra? Have I said that right? Well, never in hardcore Minecraft have I been this far. I also remembered to collect the dragon's head. I've got a nice space picked out in my bedroom for that. And floated on down and out of the end. Arrived home late on day 126 and got to work selling my treasures from the stronghold before hanging my prized dragon head up in my bedroom. A well-earned night's sleep. Day 127, and after putting mending them and breaking on my Elytra, I took it for a test spin. I've never used it on mouse and keyboard. Think I need to work on the landing. Checked on my mob spawner and still nothing major happening. I flew to the top and replaced more slabs with blocks. Why is this not working? Took most of day 128 to try and fix this damn spawner, and I got it working, maybe a little bit better than before. I did a little bit of shopping before heading off to bed. Next day I prepared for a trip back into the Nether. I plan on infecting and curing lots more villagers, but I need more Nether wart for brewing. So I headed down into the fortress, but there wasn't really much to find. I tunneled a bit in a different direction and found another fortress. This place was stuffed full of all the goods, and I was soon heading off home with a bag full of Nether wart. Day 130 and I was home safe and sound. Made myself a nice Nether wart farm and spent the rest of the day brewing some more potions before getting some sleep. Day 131 is a good one. I harvested all of my crops and made the farmer pay for his sins with a double infection. Those trades are looking pretty good now. Next day it was the shepherd's turn to feel the pain of the infector. Twice. I started to try and learn some redstone. I really want a redstone door, but it's really tough. I don't get it. On the plus side though, I now get 1 emerald for 1 wall. Day 133, I got written in my notes, wasted today not doing much. So let's just skip it. On day 134, I decided I had enough redstone knowledge to build a redstone door entrance to the compound. I tore everything out and installed what I needed. I made it look as nice as possible, and it didn't work. I have no idea why. But that didn't stop me trying again the next day, and while trying to figure out where I'm going wrong, A creeper blew up my redstone. Thanks. I started again with just the basics, but the door still would not open. And with night closing in and me being none the wiser of what's going wrong, I ripped it all out and put my easy to open wooden gate back in place. And then I skulked off the bed. Not one though for giving up easily. Day 136, I was right back at trying again. I mean, this is one of the most basic redstone things you can build, and I've watched several god-awful YouTube videos building the same thing, but it will not work. I can just see the chat and the comments right now. Yeah, you know why it's not working, don't you? Yep, just gonna cover this up and pretend it never happened. Next day, I was waiting outside the infector, watching a zombie spasm and moan in pain. When it hit me, I'm using iron pressure plates. I quickly scurried off and crafted some wooden pressure plates. Put the redstone door back together exactly the same way, and hey presto, it worked. Yeah, I was a little excited. Such a basic thing to build, but I was over the moon. Day 138, I spent the day enchanting my armor, thinking about what my next move would be. Maybe another super easy build to confuse and fail at, perhaps. I decided I was going to use my elytra and go on an adventure, so I grabbed a woodland map from the cartographer and a bunch of rockets to set out to find a woodland mansion. I flew in one direction, and another direction, and another. I did find a jungle temple and a sand temple with some TNT. But no matter which direction I went, I didn't move once on the map. I decided to cut my losses and head back home, which took pretty much all day of 140, and I found absolutely nothing on my way back. I'm starting to think this game is against me. Day 141. My mind has turned to the possibility of fighting the Wither on day 150, and to do that, I wanted to be as strong as I possibly could. I have the enchanted armor, but to be really strong, I wanted netherite armor. So I headed off to the nether in search. Now I have done this before on bedrock, and I used TNT to smash through the netherrock that time. But I only had a limited supply of TNT, and I did have a lot of wool for my sheep farm, so I decided to use the bed method. I've never done this before, and the first one scared the hell out of me. I used what TNT I had, and it wasn't long before I found my first 2 pieces of ancient debris. Things are starting to look up. But the TNT ran out quickly, so I switched back to beds. And this is why I still know nothing about Minecraft. As I got more confident with the bed method, I did something wrong. I don't even know what, but the bed exploded, and I died. Bet you didn't see that coming. I sat on this screen for a long time, trying to comprehend what just happened. Intentional game design? What does that even mean? I googled it afterwards, and it means exactly what happened. Personally, I think it's Minecraft trying to take the mick out of me. But that's it. It's the end of this playthrough of Hardcore Minecraft. I've done a lot of firsts in the 141 days I lived, and I learnt a lot. But it's over for now. Give me some F's in the chat. Make sure you've liked the video and subscribed. Until the next time. Peace.